Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Beretta 9mm USA here, and today I want to show off a couple of top pick revolvers out of our collection. This is a Smith & Wesson 442 5-shot. As you can tell, the revolvers are safe right now. So you got a 5-shot with a hidden hammer on this one, and then over here is an 856 Taurus Ultra-Lite, which is a 6-shot and has a hammer. So if you want to pull it back to that single action precise shot, you can do so. That's an option here. So your advantage here is that pinpoint shot in single action, and your advantage here is the hidden hammer for nothing to catch if you decide to deep carry this thing as a backup or as a primary, because you're just not dressed to carry a full size, whatever it is, 1911, Glock 17, Glock 19, whatever your favorite gun for concealed carry is. It's better to have something like this than it is to not have anything on you. So do I carry it very often? Not very often at all. But have I thrown it in my pocket and ran out the door? I have. I've carried this just with the rounds that are in it for self-defense, just in case, because it's better to have something than nothing. And this Smith & Wesson can get the job done. So something for you to consider if you're used to carrying a bigger gun and you don't have any small guns at all. If you ever leave the house, unarmed, not ready to protect yourself or your family, it'd be much better to have a smaller gun, whether it's one of these or like a Glock 43. Anyway, let's carry on with this revolver video. I wanted to compare the two and then also talk about the favorite way to reload these things. You've got these Zeta 6 speed loaders, the K clip here, which is loaded with 6 rounds, which is good with a 6-round Ultra-Lite like this Taurus, or if you want to go with a 5-round one, you have that available for you too out of this Smith & Wesson. Let me just show you how that works. Pop it open, pin your cylinder, line it up as quickly as you can, and when you get it in there, just peel from one end to the other, and you're loaded and ready to go. So that's that one. Show you this one over here on the Zeta 6. Again, the K clip. It is a 6-rounder. You have it in your hand. Throw your revolver open. Pin it the best you can with your fingers right here. I go through the frame as you see right there. And then I like to have the pull away tab at the top if I can, or as close to the top as possible. But just get it in there as quickly as you can and then peel. And try not to be so reckless when you peel it that you shoot a round out, because that's not going to do you any good at all until you're shooting it out of the pistol, right? Or the revolver in this case. And there you go. So that's how that's done. Those are those products. I highly encourage you to check them out and get some. We're safe here again. And we're safe here again. So I'm gonna step away for just a second and put this video on pause while I put away the live ammo. I'll be right back. Just in case you're wondering, this is how they look in the packaging from Zeta 6. This is the K clip again, 2, 4, 6 rounds, 2, 4, 6 rounds for reloads. So a good product. We've used them for over a year now. They've been very, very good. Just what we anticipate out of a quality product, or I wouldn't recommend them to you. And this one here is a J clip. Again, this one is actually made for the LCR 5-shot. So if they make a specific one for a 442 or something like that, then probably go ahead and get that. But as you saw, this worked just fine in my 442, but I don't want to go against what the company says is the best one to get. So follow their directions and buy the appropriate Zeta 6 product. Okay, back to the revolvers. So one thing I wanted to point out is both of these are just tremendously light as far as carry is concerned. And I did take some notes to cover the weights and things, because I think that's important for you to know. And I'm not sure if Smith & Wesson has been able to hold the price on this down, why everyone else has been raising their prices on handguns, it seems like. This model 442 right here, the no lock, no internal lock, $539. $539. And I think it weighs like 15 ounces. It's tremendously light. 14.6 ounces. It is a small frame revolver, 38 special plus P, which I think is important to note. But that's just incredible as far as the weight. It's made of aluminum. The frame is, of course, to get down to that kind of weight. But that's just unbelievably light. In comparison, the 856 from Taurus, I can't find this exact model anymore, so they might have discontinued it. The old Red Bull right here, which Shot fantastic on our videos, guys. It's a tremendous revolver. It comes in at 16 ounces. It is a 6-shot. You're picking up the 6-shot, though you do have the hammer, but it's a 6-shot and it is rated for plus P. That's the story on those. I'm not going to go over the size of them because you guys know basically what the size is. This one also comes in at a very reasonable $378. And I'm quoting MSRPs here. So this one you may be able to pick up for around $349. And this is $549 MSRP. So you're probably looking at about $500. So you got to make that call which one is more advantageous to you. If you can spend the extra money and go with the Smith & Wesson, that may be the call for you. If you're a Taurus guy and you're very impressed with what they've been doing lately, which has been pretty damn good, and you want to save the money, then maybe this one. Let's talk about the triggers though. I think that's also important. People just like to talk about price and what the difference is. The warranty is obviously, I think, better here, but you know, I haven't sent anything recently back to Taurus, so I'm not sure how that is. The Smith & Wesson folks, we sent a couple back when we were testing revolvers that we had troubles with when they were brand new, and we sent them back, and they were back to us in, I want to say, 2 to 4 weeks at the most. So I thought that was a pretty good turnaround, especially the 2-week ones. All right, again, let's talk about trigger pull here. Double action only on this Smith & Wesson. Turn it a little bit. Very consistent all the way through the trigger pull. I want to say it's probably right around 9.5 or 10 pounds, but consistent all the way through. Nice. Double action trigger pull on the Taurus 856 Ultra-Lite. Let's lock that up. Okay. I think this is a pound heavier, maybe even 1.5 pounds heavier. It is consistent, but not as smooth. Can you guys pick up on that? I think you can. I mean, kind of see a little bit of chunkiness here going. And I know I sang the praises of this because it is really good for what it does. You know, I guess they both got a little bit of, you know, this chunky like movement to the cylinder. Both of them are good. I'd say the Smith is slightly better in comparison. Let me see if I can even get this thing to register. $11.8. $11.9. $11.9. Okay. Now 856 UL. So it's shooting over 11.10. All right, guys, so we got one measurement of, what was it, 11.11, so almost 12 pounds. We had 3 that were just over. It's not rating that high, so what I want to do now, try one last time on that and then go to a single action, since this pistol is capable of that, with the hammer back. So that one's over too. All right, so let's go ahead and try this in single action with the hammer back and see what we get. $7.8. $7.6. So it's kind of what I thought on this Taurus 856 UL. If you go back to single action on this, you really don't have a hair trigger. It actually takes quite, I mean, I'm tapping it, tap, 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 and it finally goes off, right? So you actually have to tap it pretty hard to set that puppy off. So if you're using it in real life and you go back to single action for whatever reason, we're talking about a, you know, a exact shot, a precise shot here. So that's why you go back to this, not in self-defense so much, but in this capacity, right? So you go back to this and you can put some pressure on this trigger and it's not going to go off. A little bit more pressure, a little bit more pressure, a little bit more. I can feel it moving a little bit, and then it goes off. So you Glock guys that have shot Glocks all your life, 5.5 pound trigger pulls, this is 7, even in single action. So this is not a hair trigger at all. So I think it's very usable in single action for many applications other than self-defense. I don't know if I would have the time or the wherewithal to pull this thing back into single action. You know, if you did, I guess you'd be okay still though, because you got to pull on that trigger to get it to go off. So both pistols are light. Both pistols are capable. One is a 6-shot, one is a 5-shot. This thing is super easy to carry at its 14.9 ounce weight in this little thing that young Beretta has on it, where it actually clips on your pocket or on your belt or whatever. It clips right here. I have used it. It works. It actually works. Very easy to carry that way. And because, you know, it is a 12-pound trigger, 11 something, it takes a lot to set this thing off. This is not going to go off on accident from it being slipped into your back pocket or anything like that. You know, it's going to actually take something to set this thing off. So I like it for concealed carry when you're not carrying anything else. This has been a good gun too. Your call on which one you like better, whether it's a Smith & Wesson product or a 856 UL. I haven't had an issue with either one of them, so the quality control to me is good. I've looked them up and down and checked them all out. You know, you've got a gully in the frame for your sight picture in the back. Neither one of them have tremendous front sights on them. So these are a straight up point and shoot pistol for self-defense. That's what it's for. And that's my final thoughts on them. Either one works. Get whatever you like. If you're a Smith guy, you're going to be buying a Smith and enjoying that warranty that backs it up. They are really good with their warranty, is everything I've always heard. And as far as the Taurus is concerned, a little bit less expensive up front. This one's very capable too. Taurus is making a surge in the industry. I think they're trying to become a bigger, better company. And we're going to be testing quite a few of their products along with some new Rugers that are coming out our way. Both of them will get the job done for a very reasonable price in today's money. Think about it, guys. The money you're spending in 2023 is basically double that you would have paid 10 years ago. So in 10 years ago, you know, these have gone up $200 each, but they still represent a tremendous deal in the handgun market out there. So that's those two revolvers, guys. And then there is one more to consider that we recently got, and this is the 3-inch 856. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. With the fancy grips. And there's a video already up on this. Pretty cool revolver, 2, 4, 6-shot. A little more weight here. 856, great grips. A trigger that is starting to break in. As you can see the marks on the cylinder. We have been dry firing this thing quite a bit. It's pretty cool. So there's a full video up on that if you want the 3-inch and a little heavier stainless steel weight. It's definitely not a light 856, but a 3-inch revolver by Taurus. And that pretty much concludes this video, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, the Beretta 9mm USA channel and the CZ 9mm USA channel. And I'd love to see you at the Legion of Tools, the new tool channel I started. If you guys are into tools at all, or you own a house and you want to know which tools to buy, come on over to the Legion of Tools, where I go over a bunch of tools that are available in 2023. So until the next video, you all be safe out there. Much respect to you. And remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.